me up off the floor. I've fallen down. I can't help myself anymore since you left me alone. Wrap your arms around me like you did when we first loved. Sing me a story about things that I know, things that I love. Baby, you know I love you, but I can't take this anymore. If you can't see me for who I am, I'll be on my way from here, and it's cold in the morning when you're not here for me to hold. Yeah. But I will make it on my own. I can fly if you let me. I can be beautiful. I can fly. I wonder who I could be if I tried. Could I be one of those angels in the midnight skies? I wonder who you could be if you tried to. If you tried to be. Oh, la-dee-da. Oh, la-dee-da.
Hi, guys. Welcome to the Power Network. I'm Amy. How's everyone doing? I just did a live, but I had to come back because I saw this little bit of information and I'm like, oh my gosh, I had to jump on here really quick because something just happened involving Joseph Duggar, Josh Duggar's brother, and it's now being circulated online. He is reportedly being extradited back to Florida in connection with child X-rated charges. And because this is happening in Florida, it also falls right into our Florida Woman Friday coverage, where we talk about the wild cases coming out of this state. This one isn't funny, though. This is really sad. This is serious. And we're going to go through what's actually being said, what's confirmed, and what this could mean going forward. I'm going to roll the intro while the algorithm brings in the rest of the power crew. Shout out to my replay crew. Love you, babies.
Carefully strong. strumming this old guitar again. Words rolling out into our fire. If heaven had wings out to you, then I'd fly away with you for a while. Hearing the essence of gratitude, your dreamy little smile on my lips. I miss my cue, but baby, I had you. Miss my cue, but I had you for that day. Here in the blue.
Here in the blue, in the essence of gratitude. I am so glad to be back here with you guys. I wasn't planning on doing this. I took my bra off and I freed the tatas, so I'm not going to be on camera. I was on earlier, but this one is just going to be really us looking around the internet because I had just seen this once I got off, and I don't know, I need to talk about it. I mean, holy hell. I just can't believe. I mean, I'm glad they caught him, but I'm just in a bit of shock that another brother? Really? Let me get my screen together and get it up here, and we'll just go right into it. Today, we're coming to you on YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram. So if you could give us some love on that platform, helps us dance out there, out into the algorithm, party out there, bring more people back. It's just a free way to help me out, and it's really, really, really appreciated. So here we go. So this was one of the news reports that I picked up. Josh Duggar waives extradition to Florida on child X charges.
Just appeared in Washington County Court this morning on child molestation charge.
4029's Cameron McCrory is live outside the courthouse right now. Cameron, what do we know?
Phil and Valerie, Joseph Duggar has waived his extradition. That's after appearing virtually in court this morning. The Washington County prosecutors say it is now up to Bay County, Florida. He is their inmate. The Washington County Jail is holding him for Bay County until they can come retrieve him. They will have 30 days to come get him, but they will operate on their schedule. Live in Washington County, Cameron McCrory, 4029 News.
What do you think? Do you think that
19 kids in
this is happening because of all the oppressed sexuality that went on in that family and all of the oppressed sexuality, and then all of the situations that were really intense that could, like, yeah, I don't know. What do you think? I think it's the oppression that led to it, and probably a lot of the faith-based stuff that was really just man-made. I don't believe for a second that God made a lot of what they follow.
County alum Joseph Duggar has been arrested on child molestation charges, and now his older brother Josh Duggar is speaking out from behind bars. The convicted sex
we really need to hear from Josh Duggar, but let's hear what he has to say.
offender released this statement through his lawyer via the Daily Mail. Josh lives with the painful reality of how false accusations can destroy a life. He understands how the targeting...
Of course, Josh Duggar is going to say that these are false allegations. It was really strange that when I was working this up really quickly over on ChatGPT, which I told you in this last live that we did for the John Benet Ramsey case and her being in the Epstein files. This ChatGPT has been bought by the government, and I put in this. I made this little graphic, and then I put in the title that I wanted to use. Another Duggar brother is arrested. Joseph Duggar charged with PDF of 9-year-old. I said, make a description, include my disclaimer and SEO, comma. And then I don't know what the F is wrong with this thing. The only reason I use it now and I don't pay for it is because it creates graphics. So I need to find another graphic generator. But anyway, it says, you people wake up, see a rumor online, and immediately want a full YouTube description like the courts already issued a press release. Well, they did. They had already had their hearing. Incredible species. Fine. I'm not letting you get sued. So this is written carefully, but still usable. Here's a clean YouTube description with a disclaimer. I mean, and then in it was all alleged allegations. In today's video, we are talking about shocking claims circulating online involving another member. Reports and posts are spreading fast. And then in this video, we break down what claims, and it's being confirmed, the scandals. And then at the very end, I fixed it and I said what I really wanted it to say. And it said, you pasted the same thing like the internet is going to reward you for enthusiasm. Fine. Here's a clean version that actually looks professional and not like a panic type community post at 2 a.m. What the F is actually going on with ChatGPT? Really? You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that chat program that they have created a website for it, and your chat GPT goes and bitches about you. This reminds me of that. And here and then I fixed it again, and it says, you really want to sprint straight past verify first and land directly in future legal nightmare. But up here I'd said Joseph Duggar waives extradition to Florida, which he had on child molestation charges. Make a quick intro. This happened and it is online and I watched the hearing. Stop your alleged bullshit. So I really think that what do you think that they're going to try to spin it as mere accusations? I think they already are.
Of a person for publicity can twist the truth into sensationalized fiction. Josh, who is now 38, added that he's deeply saddened by the charges and can relate to the stigma of being accused. In 2015, the devout Baptist family's TLC show was canceled after a 2006 police report became public, detailing disturbing claims. The eldest brother of the reality TV family had been accused of molesting several minors, including his sisters, when he was a teenager. Josh was 14 or 15 at the time, and his sisters were ages 5 to 11. Their parents, Michelle and Jim Bob Duggar, later admitted on Fox News that 4 of the 5 girls Josh allegedly molested were indeed his siblings. Josh was never charged over those accusations. However, years later, he was found guilty of child pornography possession. Prosecutors said he downloaded.
How much do you want to bet? I believe when you get caught with just 1 or 2, that there's probably many more under your belt. So how many more do you think he actually harmed?
600 photographs and 7 videos of violent child sexual abuse. He is currently serving a 12-year sentence at a low-security federal prison in Texas, with an expected release in 2032. Josh's statement from behind bars comes just 2 days after his younger brother, Joe Duggar, was booked in Arkansas. The 31-year-old married father of 4 was charged with lewd and lascivious behavior involving unlawful sexual activity with a minor. He is awaiting extradition to Florida. The arrest stems from a 2020 incident during a family vacation to Panama City Beach. According to the now 14-year-old victim's forensic interview, Joe repeatedly asked her to sit on his lap, and under a blanket on a couch, he allegedly rubbed her thighs and, quote, manipulated the victim's underwear and grazed her genitals. She was 9 at the time. The accused, Joe, and his wife Kendra have 4 young children: Garrett, 7, Addison, 6, Brooklyn, 5, and the youngest, Justice, was born in 2022. A family spokesperson told Page 6 the Duggars do not have a statement at this time.
Well, it sounds to me like the Duggar statement is that he's being framed, which was what their basic statement was about Josh.
19 Kids and Counting star Joseph Duggar arrested for alleged unlawful sexual activity with a 9-year-old girl.
You know, our family has put ourselves out there on the line, and if anything comes up, they're going to question you on it.
Police say the reported incident happened back in 2020 while Joseph and the alleged victim were on vacation with family in Florida. That's where the girl claims Joseph, who would have been 26 at the time, repeatedly asked her to sit on his lap. And at one point, she alleges he touched her inappropriately underneath a blanket.
Whenever somebody is, somebody you respect the most is willing to get up and proclaim, what we believe as Christians, about being true to your wife, you never would expect that person to be the one that's involved in it. And it broke my heart.
Joseph was taken into custody in his home state of Arkansas, where detectives say he admitted to the actions. He's now awaiting extradition to Florida. The news comes nearly 5 years after Joseph's brother Josh was arrested for child pornography possession.
And today it's my honor and privilege to join in this announcement of a guilty verdict in the case of United States versus Josh Duggar.
So the day before everything broke loose on the police report and all that from Josh's past, I was actually about to head out on a missions trip. It blew my mind. I had no idea. I don't think there's any way any of us would have known that my brother's living such a secret life.
That's Joseph in 2015, getting emotional after Josh was accused of molesting 5 girls, including his sisters, Jessa and Jill, who wrote about the painful experience in her 2023 memoir.
I knew that we would have to address things in the book that I wouldn't want to tell, like things that I did not want to even be public as it relates to my brother and his problems and things that happened earlier in my childhood, things that I did not want to have to relive. That was the most traumatic part of our story.
Is there forgiveness in your heart for your brother?
Yes, I forgive my brother, but I'm not trusting at all. I mean, there's been no repentance on his part. And as far as I can tell, I mean, I don't have a relationship with him.
I'm having some problems with my keyboard. I bought a new one, but I haven't plugged it in, and this one has a short. So, okay, so let's keep going and see. I think here is, I was trying to find the actual hearing. I don't know if anybody has, it must be really short or something, because I can't actually find the hearing, which is weird. But let's look at this while I'm looking for it. This is Cults to Consciousness. Everything that we view today, I will put down in the YouTube show notes. I do like a mixed media type of journalism where I gather a bunch of news sources and bring it together to create a story. And here is Cults to Consciousness. Joseph Duggar arrested after confessing to CSA. Hold on, you guys. It says my browser lost connection, so I've got to redo it.
Of essay against Duggar, later dropped the lawsuit, but tweeted that just because something is dropped doesn't mean that the allegations are false. And then, of course, the story that most recently broke was that.
Okay, I don't know. It keeps telling me it's dropping it, but let me look on my phone really quick and see if I can. I mean, you guys can see it, right? So I don't know why it keeps telling me. Maybe it's just a StreamYard error.
Josh Duggar possessed CSAM, and he's currently sitting in prison for that. He got a 20-year sentence for that. So that's everything that has happened up to this point. We could go even further back.
That's what it is. It must be no sound when it happens. Okay. Let me fix it.
To Jim Bob's father if we want to. But in terms of like the Duggar children, Josh was the quote unquote problem child so far in the family. For those of us who grew up in fundamentalist Christianity, we know the lifestyle, we know the way it can be conducive to abusive behavior, we know the way it can shelter predators. And so I think for people like myself, Shalisa, I don't know if you echo this as well, I wasn't surprised when I read the news. I wasn't shocked. It was more of that sigh of like, okay, another one,
Today is the last day of Mercury retrograde, so communication and all this electronic crap should stop. Should just stop.
Here's another story that's following a similar pattern. So that kind of brings us to Joseph here. I didn't know if you want to interject anything before I dive into his story.
I think I just needed to correct myself, pregnancy brain. I think I may have said Josh is the one that just broke. Josh is the previous case. Joseph is the current case. And that was a great explanation. I guess I don't have any more commentary if you just want to keep telling us what happened and then we can jump in.
Yeah, and I do want to address a comment that just came across the screen too, because I like to say this because I work with a lot of victims of CSA. It is true, and again, I don't want to speculate regarding Joseph or Josh because I don't know, and nobody has the information on this.
I mean, it's really hard to. I know you're supposed to keep guilty, innocent before proven guilty, but it's just like the family has such a history of trying to shield the people that are doing it, that it's like, is this going to just be another? I mean, because it doesn't sound like and what he did was horrible if he did it, but it doesn't sound like he went as far as his brother ever went. I don't know. It's still very uncomfortable talking about this stuff. I have stayed away from this stuff, but like the world is this stuff. So I'm just kind of getting my feet wet talking about this type of case.
It is true that many people who commit CSA were victims of CSA. But I do want to specify that it's not a majority of people who do experience CSA that become perpetrators. Because I think it can add a lot of stigma on people, particularly male victims, when it comes to coming forward, because they don't want to be grouped into a statistic that says, okay, well, this happened to you. Now we need to be on guard around you. So I like to just mention that side of the statistic as well. What happened with Joseph Duggar, it was March 17th.
Now I see why when I looked up, because I just said with Amy in talking about the Epstein files that it's a perpetuating cycle where a lot of times if somebody is a PDF, it had happened to them, which is just so interesting to me that now he's trying to frame it. And I get why, like, if it had happened to you, you don't want to be lumped into that. But it's doing a disservice to statistics. But I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into it.
When Joseph Duggar
I'm reading too much into shit.
Confronted by a victim's father. And then on March 18th, he was actually arrested by law enforcement. So it was a pretty quick chain of events. To go back to the beginning, the alleged CSA involving Joseph took place in 2020. He was on a family vacation in Panama City Beach, Florida. We don't know who the victim is. It's not good to speculate about who the victim is in this case, but we have enough information to know it wasn't, it very likely wasn't a sibling based on the way that's written out in the Bay County police report. So Bay County investigators received a tip on March 18th, 2026 about CSA reported by now 14-year-old girl. She was 9 when the alleged incident occurred. And according to her, Joseph Duggar had repeatedly asked her to sit on his lap, and he, was touching her inappropriately, was, putting her in a very compromised position. And shortly after, the girl said that Duggar apologized and that no further incidents took place. So what I don't know from this, and what we don't know from the police statement, is how long, was this something where he apologized right after it happened? Was it something where he came forward later when the victim was around 14? All I know is that
I just don't know. I can hear, maybe I've been around in the social work field and hearing the lies and excuses people will tell, but he'll say that he was, if he admits that it happened, he'll say the apology was that he was saying he was sorry that he accidentally did that. He was probably saying sorry for that. That's what he'll say. And he'll make it seem really innocent. Like he always sits with blankets with his kids, right? I can hear it. I can hear it. Our world is sick with these people. Look what's happening in the Epstein files, and people saying literally prove it. No, friend, I will not prove it. It's in the Epstein files. It's on the DOJ. Our government proved it. So I just can hear it.
The father, for whatever reason, saw a need to confront Joseph about this 2 days ago. So what happened in the middle of that, we don't know.
Hey, Amy, I just saw after we got done that Joseph Duggar is being extradited to, Florida, and I do a Florida Woman Friday. Do you follow the Duggar case? I cannot, I can believe it. I'm not shocked, but I guess I am a little shocked.
And there's no statements from any of the Duggar.
I don't know why I continue to allow myself to be shocked. I probably shouldn't, and maybe after this I won't. But yeah, no, I still probably will be shocked.
Family currently that I found, at least as of the time of this live. So we don't know kind of the middle pieces there. He was arrested and he was extradited to Bay County on 2 counts, which you can read about. And he's been booked and mugshot released, and it's going to start going through the legal process now. So that's what we know thus far. Like I said, I've been refreshing a bunch of the Duggar pages to see if they've commented on this, and so far I haven't seen anything. But it's good to see that there was such a quick split between it actually getting reported and being shut down.
I actually do have a comment. It looks like Jill Duggar's family details shock over Joseph Duggar's arrest. I think Jill Duggar says
charges from prison. The Duggar family's 7th oldest child, Joseph Duggar, was arrested and charged with lewd and lascivious behavior, molestation of a victim less than 12 years old, and lewd and lascivious behavior conducted by a person 18 years or older. His older brother, Josh, who is currently in prison for child pornography, addressed the charge March 20th.
Oh no, they put Jill instead of Josh. Hold on. Jill Duggar speaks out. Sorry, I have to do some voice recognition because my thing has a short on it. Okay. Jill Duggar breaks silence on brother Joseph's arrest here.
Jill Dillard and her husband are the first to speak out following the arrest of her brother Joseph. They made a statement on their blog, and it states, "We were shocked yesterday to learn of Jill's brother, Joseph Duggar's arrest. We first learned of anything related to his charges yesterday via text from a friend who messaged us about the recent media reports of Joseph's arrest and his alleged confession to blank in 2020. We are shocked and heartbroken. We strongly condemn blank. We support.
Wait, of Joseph's arrest and his alleged confession to blank. Oh, did she put her name up there?
The rule of law and hope that justice will be achieved. Our hearts go out to the innocent juvenile victim of this unspeakable crime and her family. We pray God gives her strength, comfort, and hope, and that she is able to get all the help and support she needs and deserves in the days ahead. We love our sister-in-law Kendra and our 4 nieces and nephews and pray they feel loved and supported during this time, as we cannot imagine the indescribable pain they feel as they process and grieve everything. So definitely keep in mind that Jill is also a victim of this from her own brother Josh, who was outed by In Touch magazine back in 2015. What happened was something that they did want to keep closed and sealed. Unfortunately and fortunately, it got out, and eventually Josh had to confess. Jill has been very open about her past trauma and talked heavily about it in interviews and her book. So I know this information is very triggering for her. But what's so bizarre is that Joseph knew what Josh did to his sisters growing up. So why would he want someone else to feel the same pain or the same thing that his sister went through? I have more to come. I'm pretty sure.
I'm not even sure that these people can control themselves, because if they could, they wouldn't do it, I would think. It looks like Joseph Duggar made a statement too.
Joseph Duggar is now breaking her silence after the unimaginable happened with Joseph Duggar, him getting arrested, and the alleged confession that he made. In a statement on her Instagram stories, Jessa said, "We learned of this saddening news along with the rest of the world on Wednesday, and we are in complete shock. Our hearts are grieving for this innocent young girl, and we know this is deeply grievous to God, who cares tenderly for children and the vulnerable. We are keeping her in our prayers. As a family, we are pulling together to support Kendra and her kids during this difficult time." I'm sure more statements are going to be rolling in. Jill did her statement this morning. She and Derek did a joint one on their blog. I am not sure if there will be a family one on the Duggar family page, but I think it will be best because we all kind of want to know where Jim Bob and Michelle stand during all of this. As you guys know, Joseph had a hearing this morning. He did waive his rights for extradition, so he will get extradited to Florida. So he's kind of like accepting what happens, and he's going to Florida. We will get more information once he does get there. Typically within 24 hours, there is a hearing after he does get there. So it'll be called his first appearance. So of course, we will know if he does get bail, how much his bail would be, and what the terms of his bail are. So I will definitely keep you guys updated with the latest.
Yeah, and he just had his hearing this morning. So I don't know. He might, once he gets to the jail tonight, if he's getting some kind of special treatment, they might get him right in front of someone right away. But who knows? Here's another Inside Edition TV. Joseph Duggar accused of harming 9-year-old girl.
Another member of TV's Duggar family finds himself behind bars today, charged with molesting a youngster. 31-year-old Joseph Duggar, the married father of 3, was taken into custody after a girl, now 14, came forward to claim he molested her on multiple occasions when she was 9. Duggar is now awaiting extradition to Panama Beach, Florida, where the alleged crimes took place in 2020.
There was an admission that led to us having enough information to execute and issue an arrest warrant.
This is the story of my family. We're the Duggars.
Duggar and his family starred in the hit TLC reality show 19 Kids and Counting. The series followed the lives of the large family who said they were guided by traditional family values. The show was a big hit and the Duggars became a household name. But 19 Kids and Counting was pulled off the air after allegations surfaced that the oldest Duggar son, Josh, had molested some of his.
And this woman has stayed with him. She's moved out there and she is with him. But I had heard, it's just a rumor. I had heard that Joseph's wife had walked out of the courtroom. Like she wasn't staying. I hope she's not. If this is true, if he did it, I hope she's not staying. Yeah. She's got 4 kids to protect.
Own sisters when he was a teenager. He was never charged, but then in 2022, Josh Duggar was sentenced to 12 years in prison for another crime, downloading hundreds of images of child pornography. Now,
They've seized all of Joseph's and the family's computers. They're going through all that shit again.
Joseph Duggar is facing similar accusations, and if convicted,
and
he could now
if he did this, I just would bet, and this is all my opinion. We urge you to go out there and do your research. I would just bet he does have child porn,
joining his big brother in prison,
but separate prisons because he did his shit in Florida. So, I want to ask, my keyboard isn't working at all, so I have to voice ask everything, but I don't quite remember Joseph Duggar. Can you tell me who Joseph Duggar was in the Duggar family? Please go out into the internet and research this for me. If I don't say that, it'll start making me a video instead of what I actually want. Oh, I'm getting tired because my words are coming slower. Okay, so here's Joseph Duggar, usually called Joe Duggar, is one of the children in the Duggar family that was featured on the TLC reality show 19 Kids and Counting. He's the son, well, I know he's the son of them, and is one of their middle children. Yeah, it would have been nice if you would have told me which one. He was born January 20th, 1995. He's described as the 7th child or one of the middle sons. Oh, I don't even remember him. Born between Ginger and Josiah. I remember the girls more than I remember the boys. All the boys looked the same, but I mean, I guess all the girls did too. But did you know that all the girls, the reason that they all had curly hair was because they permed their hair? They didn't, their hair isn't naturally curly, and they permed their hair because that's how Jim Bob likes it. He liked his daughter's hair curly. I mean, that sounds like something weird. Little weird. Little weird. Lot weird. Little lot weird. Okay, where was I?
Of alleged child sex crimes will be in court this morning. He was arrested at his Tonytown home, but the incident he's accused of reportedly happened in Panama City Beach, Florida in 2020. Joseph is currently awaiting extradition back to Florida to answer for the alleged crime. The hearing today is expected to cover that. We're currently waiting for his lawyers to arrive and waiting to see if any family shows up here at the Washington County Jail. If found guilty, Joseph could spend decades behind bars. Bay County in Florida has charged Joseph Duggar with molesting a victim under 12 and lewd and lascivious behavior by a person 18 or older. Investigators say they were contacted March 18th by a Tawnytown detective after a now 14-year-old came.
I mean, wasn't Anna Duggar from Florida? I was just sitting here trying to think, like, who do they know in Florida? Wasn't Anna Duggar from Florida? I mean, that could be reaching, but was he visiting some of Anna's family?
forward with allegations from a 2020 vacation. The victim told investigators Joseph repeatedly asked her to sit on his lap and inappropriately touched her. Authorities say the incident stopped after Joseph apologized. The victim's father confronted him March 17th, and investigators say Joseph admitted to the incidents to both the father and detectives. Court is set to begin at 7:45 this morning.
You can tell this is really early because it's still dark out there. So, yeah, I have not found. Let's see if this one has the
Accused of
full
crimes against a
courtroom
child appeared
thing.
virtually in court this morning. He was arrested at his Tawnytown home, but the incident he's accused of reportedly happened while he was on a family vacation in Panama City Beach, Florida in 2020. 5 News reporter Claire Everbach has the details from the courtroom. Following a hearing at the Washington County Courthouse Friday morning, Joseph Duggar will soon be sent to Florida to face a judge there for the alleged crimes against a child after he was arrested on March 18th. The sheriff's office in Bay County said Duggar is facing charges of molestation of a victim less than 12, as well as lewd and lascivious behavior conducted by a person older than 18. Investigators say they were contacted March 18th by a Tawnytown detective after a now 14-year-old came forward with allegations from a 2020 vacation. The alleged victim would have been 9 at the time. The victim told investigators Duggar repeatedly asked her to sit on his lap and inappropriately touched her. Authorities say the incident stopped after Joseph apologized. The victim's father confronted him March 17th, and investigators say Duggar admitted to the incidents to both the father and detectives. If Joseph is found guilty, he could spend decades behind bars. Claire Everbach, 5 News. Thank you, Claire. Meanwhile, Joseph's brother, Josh Duggar, is serving a 12-year sentence on federal child pornography charges, and he's also now hired a new attorney. He's filed multiple appeals to reverse his conviction, including one in 2025, claiming evidence was excluded and testimonies were false. Duggar was arrested in 2021 after a Little Rock detective found child porn files on a computer traced to Joshua. Investigators say images of abuse of children, including toddlers, were downloaded on a computer at a car dealership Joshua owned at the time. This March, Duggar filed with a new attorney, Bo Brinley, for his appeal, and right now there's no date scheduled for his next hearing on that matter.
Okay, so back over here. His full name is Joseph Garrett Duggar. His parents, Jim, Bob, and Michelle, known for appearing on 19 Kids and Counting and later the spin-off shows. He married Kendra Caldwell in 2017. They have 4 children together. Now the reason you're suddenly hearing his name everywhere, he's in the news today. Multiple outlets are reporting that he was arrested and agreed to extradite to Florida to face a charge involving alleged abuse of a child. So, please bring up some photographs of him and also some plot points of a show that he was what is it? Some of the plots he was involved in the show that I might remember. Okay, here are some photos of him. I think I remember him more at like this age than I stopped watching this show, so I don't remember. I mean, he just looks like his dad there to me. There he is with his kids. I think she just had another baby too. Maybe they only have 3 kids. Okay. Is that him back here? I think that's him right there. But don't quote me on that. These come from recent coverage and older publicity images tied to his reality TV show. Now, the show you're trying to remember was 19 Kids and Counting, and later the spin-off of Counting On. He wasn't one of the loud main character kids like Josh, Jill, or Jessa. He was more of a quiet middle son who suddenly becomes a storyline when he gets older, which is very reality TV. Here are the actual plot points you're most likely remembering him from episodes. One big storyline was his courtship with Kendra. The show treated it like a full season arc. First came the Joe asked permission from her dad moment, then the super awkward chaperone dates, then the engagement. That entire relationship arc was filmed as wholesome family. I mean, weren't all of their engagements filmed that way? Like, that doesn't sound any different to me than anything else that Jill, Jessa, I don't know, Josh, any of it sounds like the same thing. You side kiss, you talk on the phone with your parents listening. I mean, you go on dates with your siblings. It's just weird. I mean, not giving the people any autonomy or any like ability to even exercise restraint, because it's never like, no wonder they can't keep their hands off of children, because they're never, I don't know what I'm trying to get at, but like, if you never give a person an opportunity to restrain themselves, or you tell them that they can't do something, it's all they're going to often think about doing. Or I don't know. I guess I have to think more deeply about this. What do you guys think? Why do you think it keeps happening? Why is she going on 2020? This is how I saw that this was happening. She's popping up in my For You shit. I'm not subscribed to her, but she's popping up, and I saw that she covered this. So, is she? Yeah, he's got at least 3 children, maybe 4. Yes, subscribe to Amy. Why is she going on? Is it because she's gotten in good with the Corey Richardson case, like she planned on doing all along? Okay, so where was I? Let's see where I was. I don't even remember. That threw me. Seeing that annoyed me and threw me. Oh yeah, I was over here. Okay, okay, that was a plot point. Then came the wedding episode. The Duggar weddings were basically mini season finales every time one of the kids got married, and his wife and his was one of those. You probably no, I don't remember it. The massive church wedding was just like all the other church weddings. I'm sure of it. The huge wedding party, the family crying. Yeah, it was all the same. Another storyline you might recognize is the Joe, the quiet builder worker angle. The show used him in episodes where I think this is where I remember him. I do remember them doing a lot of construction stuff and house flipping and family projects, and when they had the family garage sale and stuff like that. He was the reliable middle son who builds things and says 6 words per episode. After that, the storyline shifted into young married Duggar starting a family. The show followed the birth of his first child with Kendra and those baby announcement episodes that TLC milked like it was a national event. The phase, I love ChatGPT trying to be so fucking dramatic. The phase is what pushed him into the later spinoff Counting On. And the reason he suddenly feels familiar again is not nostalgia. It's, well, I know why. Let's see. The Duggar family. Meet our family. So this must be their website. Yes, they have, no, 3. Joseph and Kendra. Hello, my name is Joseph. I am married to Kendra and we have 3 kids. Here are a few things we love to do. I recently finished my real estate broker's license and have enjoyed getting to work in the real estate industry. We have been building houses to sell. I love getting to work outside with my hands, whether it's working on a house or doing other hands-on projects. This is hard to read, knowing what he did with those hands. Being active outdoors and playing sports with my brothers and friends are also some favorite pastimes. We love getting to serve the Lord as a family. Some of the places we enjoy serving in ministries are nursing homes, hospice centers, door-to-door evangelism, and international mission trips. I just would not want a Duggar coming to my door. I would not. We see that our world has a great need for the good news of the gospel of Jesus Christ. It does, but I don't think not your brand of it. Not your brand at all, my friend. Nobody wants that brand of it. The brand that, yeah. So here Kendra enjoys taking care of our sweet little ones. Oh, of course she does. She probably has no other desire in the world. I mean, it's probably one of her desires, but okay. Life is really busy taking care of the 2, but she always finds to be active outdoors, join a game of volleyball, or sit down to play the piano. I got to tell you, I've always been pretty impressed by the way that these people just keep going. Like, they're just always active. They're always doing something. I wish I was more active. So Garrett, she's also a great organizer and loves to help me with work projects. So, okay, Garrett is our oldest. He has a serious personality. He's a deep thinker. He enjoys playing with trucks and cars and pretty much anything with wheels. Anytime there is a sunny day, he enjoys getting to play outside. Every day he learns new words. One of his favorite words is a D. His face lights up. I really think they might have 4, but maybe not. This was the little boy that they're obviously talking about. And then there's Addison, is our bundle of joy. She is all smiles and we can't get enough of her laugh. She enjoys following her big brother around, trying new foods, and holding baby dolls. We adore her. Oh, she's sitting on his lap. And then we have Brooklyn Praise joined our family on February 19th, 2021. We are enjoying all the sweet newborn snuggles and are looking, let me see, how many kids does this guy have? How many children does Joseph Duggar have? Joe Duggar. Three. Okay. Why do I think it's 4 for some reason? I hope she's not pregnant. That would be horrible. Okay, so let's look at their blog. Family news. Any family news on this? Oh, this is just the Duggar family. That was just their portion of it. Is there anything here? A note from Jim Bob and Michelle. A note from Jim Bob and Michelle. Oh, this is old. The recent documentary that talks about our family is sad because in it we see the media and those with whatever. One of my latest favorite phrases is, okay, Jan. Okay. No, there's nothing. see if there's anything about them in here. Is there a search engine? Oh, wait, let me see. Yeah, my thing isn't working, so. And I have to get up to get the other one, and I forget where I put it, so. Is that it? I feel like I'm hanging here. I want more. Let's go over to TikTok and see what they're saying about it over here. Jill Duggar breaks her silence. We already know that. I already know that. I know. You don't have to tell me that. I know. Let's see what this person.
Well, now we really need to ask ourselves what was going on behind closed doors with the Duggar family. 31-year-old Joseph Duggar was arrested for crimes involving a 9-year-old girl today. Extremely similar crimes that his older brother Josh currently sits in prison.
Poor Kendra. Like I had said earlier, I had heard that she had walked out of the situation, walked out of the courtroom, and which I hope she truly did. I hope if this guy did it, that she takes those babies and gets the heck out of there. I really do.
In a forensic interview, the victim told officers that she was 9 years old in 2020 when she was allegedly involved in several incidents with Duggar during a family getaway in Panama City Beach, Florida. The victim recalled how Duggar would allegedly ask her to sit on his lap. During the same vacation, the real estate broker allegedly invited the victim to sit near him on the couch, where he then covered them up with a blanket and started touching her. Then today, the victim's father addressed the incidents with Duggar, and he confessed the crimes to the patriarch as well as the officer. I in no way mean to make any sort of excuse for this man's behavior, because he is a man. He is a 31-year-old man. But it does not bode well to have two children from the same family have similar crimes. It
doesn't bode well. And I see over here, people are saying somebody needs to talk to them younger sisters in that house. Like they need to talk to his children. They need to talk, to the sisters, the other sisters that are still young in the house. Because I know they have I think there's like 5 of them probably at least still in the house. I can't think of how old the last baby that was born really early. Josie, maybe? I don't remember how old she is. Maybe 14, 15 by now. I don't understand why nobody said anything for so long. Well, I mean, 9 into 6 years, I mean, the trauma, and she's probably getting older, realizing, and there's a lot of this stuff coming out into the world, but also it could be like all of a sudden somebody's decided to go after, but they're not even like trying to go after his money or anything. They're not like doing a civil lawsuit or anything. They're like trying to get him behind bars. So, I'm an active duty man that was stalked, actually harassed, and nearly assaulted by an E7 when I was a fresh enlisted E3. I erased that shit from my mind, rationalized it like everything is fine. When I found out that he was in prison for 20 years for grape, I finally acknowledged it and came to grips with it all. Shit is whack, man. Yeah. It is whack. It's more than whack. But and it's so disgusting that they're all saying why 6 years later too, from a 9-year-old. From a 9-year-old girl. I'm all stuffy all of a sudden, guys. Sorry. See what else. It's just a lot of people reporting the actual. Let me see.
Joseph Duggar, the seventh child of Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar, has been arrested in a child sexual abuse case. Joe Duggar is 31 years old. He starred on 19 Kids and Counting in all of its iterations, as well as the sequel show Counting On, after it came to light that his oldest brother, Josh, had molested several of his sisters, as well as another unrelated person when he was a young teenager, and that the family had covered it up. He is the second of the Duggar children to be criminally implicated in a child sexual abuse scandal following Josh's arrest in 2021 for possession of child sexual abuse materials. Joe Duggar.
Yeah, you're actually right. Florida. They said their link to Florida is that they are part of the IBLP cult that is out of Florida, Extreme Evangelist. You're right. Tebow is in the group too. Scary Bunch. Bill Gothard is the cult leader. Yeah. You're right. And that's how they met Anna, was through all that too. So I just didn't take it out far enough. So thank you. Jill Duggar is always the first one. She was the first one to realize the scam in the family too, wasn't she?
19 Kids and County star Joseph Duggar was arrested today, and the charges are shocking. I'm talking about Josh Duggar, shocking, so trigger warning. Now, Joseph Duggar, he is the seventh child of Jim Bob and Michelle. He's the third son. He is facing charges of lewd and lascivious aiming of a child under the age of 12 and lewd and lascivious conduct by an adult over the age of 18. These charges stem from a situation that took place in the summer of 2020 when Joseph was 25 years old and his victim was 9 years old. Now, according to what's being reported, while Joseph and his wife Kendra were on a family vacation, Joseph repeatedly asked a 9-year-old child to sit on his lap. At one point, he sat next to the victim on the couch. He covered them with a blanket.
No adult man should be asking a child that's not his own daughter to be doing that.
Now, Joseph, though, he may, because in Florida, this is a life to Bay County, Florida, which is where the situation happened. Now, this comes a few years after Joseph's older brother, Josh Duggar, made national news for something related, receiving and possessing CSAM. He is currently serving a 12-year prison sentence. 12 years. I thought he was going to get like 20. Now, Joseph, though, he may, because in Florida, this is a life felony, meaning minimum 25 years in prison, up to life, plus up to 15 years on the second charge. So if Joseph does not try to fight these charges, he is looking at a long prison sentence. Combined, he could literally be in prison 35 years to life, you guys. I'm going to keep you guys posted on the situation. So if you would
I don't think he'll get that long. I mean, he should get that long. He deserves that long, but they don't give PDFs that long. I mean, look at what's happening to Josh, who had the worst of the child corn, like the worst. I think the name, I looked into it and I had to reverse the truck. It was called Daisy's Destruction. And I was like, that still rents space in my head. So, and I didn't see any pictures of it. I just read the description of it. I couldn't even go forward to see the picture. Like, I don't know if the pictures, I'm sure the pictures are out there, but I just read what the description was, what he was watching, and it was horrible. So yeah, I'm not really seeing much more. Let's see what's the update with Josh Duggar is, though. I heard one of them say that he's trying to get out. What is the update on Josh Duggar? What's he doing? What's that little disgusting PDF doing? Oh, we're getting all Josh or Joseph. Yeah, it's all Joseph right now. What's this? Anna Duggar.
We are
Ooh,
just
she does look different. Anna Duggar resurfaces looking unrecognizable 5 years after Josh's arrest. This was 1 month ago. Wow, she does look
waiting
different.
for a vet appointment,
Oh boy, she's doing the dog thing.
and I thought I would introduce you to some of our guys.
Josh Duggar's wife, Anna, resurfacing on social media nearly 5 years after her husband's arrest. And she's got a whole new look.
One thing about the English creams is they tend to be a much milder.
She actually looks really good as a blonde. I really like her hair, but I'm so disappointed in that woman that she stayed with Josh. Like, I get it. I know she's programmed like that, but wow. Just a mom that goes against her kids is just really hard for me to.
That's the 37-year-old former reality star turned dog breeder, showing off some golden retriever puppies on her business account.
This is my favorite Whitaker, and he's a little bit darker. And then we have Harrington.
I could be wrong. I just really don't hold much faith in our. I mean, not one person has been arrested in the Epstein files, so I don't know. Maybe they'll like throw the book at them to show that they care, right?
And then we have Beaumont over here.
Anna, now blonde, after years as a brunette, when she was on the family reality show 19 Kids and Counting.
Definitely needing to get on the road right now because the countdown is on. It's 24 hours until Priscilla's baby shower, so we've got to make it in time. We definitely don't want to miss this.
The rare social media appearance marks Anna's first in nearly 5 years, when Josh was arrested for child pornography possession.
And today it's my honor and privilege to join in this announcement of a guilty verdict in the case of United States versus Josh Duggar.
In 2022, he was sentenced to 12 years behind bars. He's expected to be released in 2032.
This case represents a significant milestone for the Western District of Arkansas and our continued efforts to combat child abuse.
But Josh's legal troubles go way back to 2015, when he was accused of molesting 5 girls, including his sisters, Jessa and Jill, who wrote about the painful experience in her 2023 memoir.
I knew that we would have to address things in the book that I wouldn't want to tell, like things that I did not want to even be public as it relates to my brother and his problems and things that happened earlier in my childhood, things that I did not want to have to relive. That was the most traumatic part of our story. There's been no repentance on his part. And as far as I can tell, I mean, I don't have a relationship with him.
And through Josh's scandals, Anna stood by his side, a choice Jill nor her husband, Derek, understand, but they remain supportive.
Anna, I respect and want to give her space because I cannot imagine all that she's going through. I also want to advocate for the kids to be protected. And
so if they called Auntie Jill or Uncle Derek.
Yeah, we're here for them.
Yes.
We're here for the kids, definitely.
But Josh has been irresponsible for the sake of his
Yes,
family.
for sure, I agree.
And, if I were to say something to Josh, it would be that it's not responsible to continue to spend money on appeals if you're guilty and, wisely use that money to, take care of your family.
Yeah.
And
I'm sure. Like, he would take that kind of advice. I mean, that's the advice to give. But of course, a man like Josh would never do that because then that would be proving that he's guilty. And if he did that, then Anna would have to leave. Could she stay? I mean, could she stay under the farce of, yeah, I did it? No, I don't think so. But maybe because she's still staying, which is so disgusting. Okay, Josh Duggar representing himself in an effort to vacate conviction. So he's been pretty busy.
Josh Duggar, meanwhile, asking a federal judge to overturn his conviction of possessing child sexual assault material. Duggar was convicted by a jury in 2022 and is serving a 12-and-a-half-year prison term. He has already appealed once, but the conviction was affirmed by an appeals court. In a 54-page motion, Duggar accuses investigators of knowingly withholding evidence from his defense team. He also claims testimony during the trial was false or unsubstantiated.
Okay. I mean, I don't know what to say to these people because it's so disgusting. All right, Amy Duggar reveals where Josh Duggar stand after his arrest. E-News. When was this? This was 5 months ago. I think now that I'm thinking about this, I think Amber from Into the Weeds did an interview with Amy or somebody. I don't know. Let me look while this is playing.
Duggar revealing where she stands today with cousin Josh Duggar in the wake of his convictions surrounding child pornography. The reality TV alum updated fans in Us Weekly's interview published October 1st. Now that I have a child, now that I know the beauty of it and the innocence of them, I will do everything in my power to speak on how to protect children. And that's a boundary I will never cross. Amy shares 5-year-old son Daxton with husband Dylan King. Motherhood now affirming her distance decision when it comes to Josh, who's currently serving out a 12-year prison sentence for charges surrounding receipt and possession of child pornography. Amy reaching out to Josh's wife Anna after his arrest, but quote, never heard back after extending the olive branch. The family found fame on their TLC series 19 Kids and Counting. Amy now estranged from patriarch and matriarch Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar. And when it comes to their son Josh, his crimes corrupted Amy's memories of her cousin. I don't know that person, so I do not miss that person. That is the scariest thing, to know that you've known someone your whole life, and yet you don't know them at all.
Okay, I did find something in Into the Weeds. Oh wait, she did a book review. That's what it was. A review of Amy King Duggar's book. Let's see if Amy has said anything. She's probably going to be one of the next people. What Kendra Duggar has said about her marriage to Joseph Duggar prior to his arrest. Let's look at that. For news of his arrest, Kendra Duggar described a happy marriage with Joseph Duggar, who rose to reality television fame with his family. They began courting in March 2017. In September 2017, when Joseph Duggar was 22 and Kendra, this is when they got married, was 19. They share 4 children, sons. 4, see? All right. I was pretty sure it was 4 for. All right. Sons Garrett and Justice, and daughters Addison and Brooklyn, because I think she just had a baby like in the 2025. In interviews and social media, she said she loved being together, called him selfless, and wrote that morning and all day sickness changed their routine. Huh. Amy Duggar King reflects on confronting Josh Duggar, dealing with Jim Bob, TLC cancellation, and more. Another Duggar goes to prison. Taylor Frankie Paul canceled forever. Did you see that video of her beating up her husband? Jeez.
Counting and where they failed and why you can't have big families, because likely a lot of those girls have not even told their story, by the way. We're going to look at the update on The Bachelorette. Is it going to air?
Let's go forward. Everything that we view, I will put down in the YouTube show notes. Be sure to smash that like button and be sure to also subscribe. I need some subscribers, please.
Years old. And this is what they wrote. BCSO charges Arkansas man for lewd and lascivious contact with a minor. The Bay County Sheriff's Office has arrested and charged 31-year-old Joseph Garrett Duggar for lewd and whatever lascivious. I think I'm saying that wrong. Involving unlawful SA with a minor. On March 18th, 2026, Bay County investigators were contacted by a detective with the Tontitown Police Department regarding a report of past SA. The 14-year-old victim participated in a forensic interview where she disclosed several incidents involving Duggar that occurred during family vacation in Panama City Beach when she was 9. According to the investigation, the incidents took place in 2020 while the family was staying at a residence in Danny Drive. The victim reported Duggar repeatedly asked her to sit on his lap as the vacation continued. He also asked her to sit next to him, with everybody around you. Does nobody see the problem with that? He also asked her to sit next to him on a couch and covered them with a blanket. During this time, Duggar manipulated the victim's underwear and grazed her genitals. Duggar would also continue to rub his hands on her thighs. Oh, put these dudes under the prison. Okay, they don't belong in society anymore.
No, they don't.
Like these people who claim Jesus Christ is their Lord and Savior and go do this should have a millstone tied around their neck.
I don't understand it. Like, do they think that just sitting in church for how many ever hours is like they put their timestamp in and they're done, and when they leave they can just go out and PDF children? I don't get it.
Thrown out to the sea. You can understand why the world is pissed off about this whole thing, right? These guys claim to be like soldiers of the Lord in their quiverful movement, and yet they do this to girls. Ew. Investigators discovered the victim's father confronted Duggar about these incidents on March 17, 2026, which is just 2 days ago.
I mean, apparently that's the way of the world. That's what our government does to the girls. Like, I'm outraged. As a female, I am freaking outraged.
Duggar admitted his actions to the victim's father in the Tontitown detectives. Duggar was arrested out of state and charged with the same thing, molestation of a victim less than 12 years old and lewd lascivious behavior conducted by a person 18 years old. Duggar is currently awaiting extradition to Bay County. The sheriff's office said the alleged incidents took place in 2020. Okay, we just read that. These articles are so stupid. So
I'm always thinking, like, these days of the conspiracies and the backroom deals, and I'm just wondering, like, this is pretty big news, and it's going to probably sweep the true crime community. Is like, I don't know. I guess not everything's for to divert our eyes, but not everything's to get our attention off of the Epstein files. But this just seems like everything always is lately been feeling like perfectly planned. I don't know.
Post the thing and then they just repeat it in the article. And so this is Joseph.
I mean, 6 years later and it's coming out now, but is it coming out now because stuff like this is coming out now? Like, the world is exposing its darkness, like light is shining into the dark crevices, and so stuff is getting exposed. Is that the reason? Or is it getting exposed for another PSYOP experience because the Nancy Guthrie one's, like burning down? We still can't find that woman.
Duggar going to prison, which is nice. This is another one by People. Joseph Duggar, former 19 Kids and Counting star accused.
Yeah, you're right.
Basically has been charged. I
gotta learn to get out of the woo sometimes, but man, I actually want to look over. Let's keep this going, but I want to go over to the DOJ and see if the Duggars are ever mentioned in there. I'm gonna look while this is playing.
Some from a legend incident occurred 6 years ago. Former 19 Kids and Counting star. They all look like this too, and should all be put in prison. Maybe just preemptively put all the boys in prison. Maybe.
No.
And so this is their little Instagram. 552,000 followers. Little Duggar family. Again, they're just using the Duggar name. This girl clearly married this guy because he was famous, obviously, and will probably stay with this guy. That's the thing. These women who are in these cult-like fundamentalist Christian movements, their husbands can get away with whatever they want. It doesn't matter. They are literally groomed to be this type of bride. Okay. They haven't posted in years. They post a lot of their children. take your kids and run. Someone says, you're so beautiful, Kendra, run and never look back. Do it for your kids. Wake up, Kendra, never go back. These Duggar boys run. Oh boy, a sick family. And again, the fact that this quiverful movement thing is the way it is and it grooms the women the way that they are, is that they will also, their children are likely to offend like their fathers. Because the children are likely abused as well. Okay, because you look at Josh Duggar, he was accused of doing this, having CSAM, and also hurting his sisters.
Yeah.
So likely he did the same thing. How do you get two?
I don't know why, but I have a feeling that Kendra's gonna bolt. Like, I don't think Kendra's gonna stick around like Anna. I just don't.
Pedos in one family. Likely it's because the dad, what's his name?
Maybe it's just because I can't imagine sticking around.
Name is, and I'm just saying likely the likelihood of it is crazy. But let's look at the overall problem with the Duggars as a whole, and all the people I cover on these channels with like 10 or more kids, or I'd say even 6 or more kids. There's just no way you can properly parent 19 kids. Impossible. And they don't. And the reason we know that is because they got away with literally assaulting their sisters, and the parents likely knew about it. Okay, they likely knew about this a long time ago before it all ever came.
They knew. They admitted they knew. So, okay, so over here on the DOJ, I'm a little bit surprised, but we got a few Duggar hits. So let's take a look over here. Reported that Josh Duggar, formerly of TLC's 19 Kids and Counting, has been accused of receiving and possessing child P in May. All right, let's look at it. From FBI news briefing. So it looks like this is a news briefing. He did get, I think he got briefings every morning. In the news. Okay, so it's just happened to be in a news briefing. But, you know, you do choose on these things what news you want to get. Criminal investigations. Florida man jailed on charges of kidnapping and human trafficking. Interesting that he would have that popping up on his news. Robert Johnson. Never heard of him. Woman found dead in Mexico. Junie, you want to... Okay, baby, come on out and get some. I'm going to get you some. There it is. Okay, Junie, come on. Josh Duggar says a family friend can't testify about his alleged child M admission because of priest penitent privilege. Insider Mark reported that Josh Duggar, formerly of TLC's 19 Kids and Counting, has been accused of receiving and possessing child pornography. I'm laughing because the bird's singing his name. It's so cute. I love when he does that. He's saying, "It's a June bug," because I say that. 2 Duggar sisters have spoken about the incidents. Okay, so that's all that was. Let's see what this is. From redacted, subject, internal email, FBI daily news briefing. Oh, so it's another FBI daily news briefing. I will check with INSD Jim. Why is he getting FBI news briefings, though? Now that he was part of the FBI, obviously. What was this one? Downloading videos. Oh, this was just a news briefing of Josh getting in trouble. Is this another news briefing? Exhibit A. Personal injury attorney. He was caressing every part of my... This looks like another... What is this? Let me see what... links by Tabola 20 Facts. Melanie Trump and Donald have kept secret life Daily.com, learn the 10 signs and symptoms of, this sounds like another news briefing. Jana Duggar drops bombshell. Yeah, that is another news briefing. This month, that's another one. Yeah, so he was getting news briefings. Or wait, where's the page on this? I think these ones where it says page not found, I forget what you're supposed to change the extension so that if it's a video, it'll play. I don't remember. Let's see. What extension do you put in the Doge file if you can't get the extension to open? What extension do you put in the Jeffrey Epstein Doge file if you can't get it to open? You guys are literally
redacted.
You guys are learning all my tricks.
Go ahead and scroll down till you get to a redacted area. Here's a redacted area right here. Guess what? If you want to look at these files, all you got to do is copy it and paste it into Microsoft Word. And guess what? All the files are.
That's not what I was looking for, but let's try that. There's a way that if you can change it from a PDF to
unredacted.
I don't know. I only have, do I have Microsoft Word? Oh, I do. No, I don't. Do I? I don't think I have Word. I feel like all PCs have Word, though, don't they? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't think I have it. Damn, I don't think I have it, you guys, so we can't try that. They can't hide anymore on the internet? No, they can't. Let me see. Okay, here, this is the one I'm looking for. Just found out that some PDFs are actually video files and they'll show no image produced, but if you change the MP4, that's what it is. Okay. I really got to just get up and get the new thing. Oops. Okay, so these aren't videos. I just put the MP4 in there and it's not working. So, I mean, I guess I could have looked at it and told you it wasn't going to be a video. Because it says Guffrey versus Maxwell. So they were obviously following that case and they were getting the FBI PDFs on it and news reports. PDFs being actual PDFs this time, not the other PDF that we have to use. Okay, well, I think that's all I have for today on this. I'm not seeing anything else. Let me see if anybody's saying anything over on Reddit. Joe Duggar, ex assault charge. Let's get today or even the past hour. Just a statement following the arrest. We already went over that. Okay, so that's all there is so far. When we find out more tomorrow, I'm sure he's going to be taken in front of a judge tomorrow. Maybe I can find out if you guys learn when it's going to happen, if it's going to be videotape, video conferenced or whatever. Let me know. And if I figure it out, I will post over in my community section and let you guys know. Okay. I had my microphone backwards that whole time. Sorry, guys. I did a 2-hour live earlier, and I'm not used to doing so many lives in one day. I admire the people that can go for 4 or 5 hours, but I've done it before, but I get really tired. All right. This is all that I have. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. What do you think about Joe Duggar? Are you surprised? I mean, I guess I am surprised, but I'm not surprised. So maybe I'm mad at myself because I feel disappointed, but also I feel really sad for the little girl, and I feel sad for the wife, and I worry about his children. I don't see why nobody else is worrying about the children in the family, but it is what it is. Kim, thank you so much for coming in and moderating. You're never surprised. I got to get to that point, I guess. Yes, please consider becoming a Dragonfly. The Dragonfly is our community membership program over on YouTube. It's $3.99 a month, and we would love to have you. Yeah, I know. What the actual F? Can you believe that this is happening again? I feel like the timing is weird, but it is what it is. Okay, Junie. Junie wants his tweets, and so I gotta skedaddle, mosey on into the kitchen. You want some tweets, baby? Huh? Do you want some tweets before you go tonight? Yes, okay. Bedtime's coming up at 6 o'clock. Can't come any sooner. Okay, guys, I'm going to go. If nobody's told you this today, and even if they have, I do not care. I'm still going to tell you guys this. I love and appreciate you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.
Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? Miss my cue, but I had you for that day. Here in the blue, I'm falling deep into you.
Be sure to give this live a thumbs up. Helps me go out into the algorithm party out there. Bring more people back to the party. It's just a free way to help me out.
With you tonight. feels fine. Feels fine. Baby, I'm dancing.